The cockatoo parrot stands out noticeably among other parrot species due to its stunning appearance. It is also worth noting that the coloration of its plumage can vary, and it has a distinctive crest on its head. Parrot species kept as pets are often called clingy because of their overly persistent behavior. Many people wish to have such a sociable companion at home. In 1840, the English naturalist George Robert Gray was the first to classify these birds into a separate subfamily, Cockatooni. It is worth noting that cockatoos were the first representatives of their kind. Based on modern research methods, it has been determined that the earliest known parrots were the New Zealand parrots. Interesting to know. The name cockatoo appeared in the 17th century and has both Dutch and Malay origins. It is worth noting that this parrot was called by different names in the 17th and 18th centuries, so the earlier names were quite different from the modern species name. Parrots as a species are quite often found in the form of ancient remains, but cockatoo parrots, in particular, are relatively rare. To date, only one specimen of such remains is known, which, based on its external features, belongs to the slender-billed pink cockatoo. The fossils indicate little influence on the evolutionary processes of these birds, but they allow an approximate determination of the period when the species diverged along separate evolutionary paths. Cockatoo parrots belong to the same family and genus as other varieties of these birds. The cockatoo species includes 21 subspecies that inhabit Oceania. Many species are endemic to territories such as Australia, New Zealand, New Guinea, including Indonesia and the Solomon Islands. Cockatoo parrots are medium to large-sized birds, with body lengths ranging from 30 to 60 centimeters depending on the species, and weights between 0.3 and 1.2 kilograms. Generally, cockatoos have a stocky build. The cockatiel species, however, is characterized by a slim body, weighing between 80 and 100 grams, with a body length of about 0.32 meters. Cockatoos are distinguished by a fairly mobile crest on their heads. The crest is always raised when the bird is on the ground or when it is highly excited. An important fact. Cockatoo parrots share many common traits characteristic of all parrots in this family. They all have curved beaks, as well as feet with 2 middle toes pointing forward and 2 outer toes pointing backward. Moreover, their plumage coloration is less vibrant compared to other parrot species, whose feathers display a wide range of bright colors. Cockatoo parrots have relatively short legs, but they are quite strong and equipped with sharp, powerful claws. Due to the unique structure of their limbs, cockatoos have a distinctive gait. Their strong and sharp beak helps the bird move along branches, effectively serving almost as a third limb. These parrots have long, broad wings, enabling them to fly swiftly at speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. However, the wings of the lesser sulfur-crested and the white cockatoos are not as long, so their flight speed is lower. The plumage colors of cockatoo parrots are less vibrant compared to other parrot species. Mainly, their feathers display shades of black, gray, and white. Some other cockatoo species have patches of yellow, pink, and red feathers. Certain species show a dominant pink hue. In some species, the areas around the eyes and the head are colored in brighter tones. Typically, the plumage coloration of males and females differs little, although males tend to have more vivid coloring. Important to know. Cockatoos prefer to inhabit mangrove thickets and subalpine forest regions. Some species, such as the pink cockatoo, prefer open territories, feeding mainly on seeds of various grasses. This species leads a nomadic lifestyle, moving in large flocks over great distances in search of food. During dry periods, these flocks often appear in agricultural areas. The diet of these birds mainly consists of plant-based food components, with seeds making up the largest part of their diet. Some species prefer to feed on the ground, descending in large flocks, and therefore favor open areas. Other species feed in trees, coming to the ground only in extreme cases. Some cockatoos have such strong and powerful claws that they can easily reach the root systems of plants. Certain species feed on the seeds of plants such as eucalyptus, banksia, and Hakea cucullata, which grow in the arid regions of the Australian continent. The seed shells of these plants are so hard that no other bird in Australia, except cockatoos, can break them. The fruits of these trees are mainly eaten by parrots and rodents. Thanks to their well-developed limbs and intelligence, cockatoos are able to obtain food from places inaccessible to other birds. An interesting point. Cockatoos generally feed on a wide range of food items, but among this variety, there are species that prefer a specific type of food. Glossy black cockatoos simply adore the cones of Allocasuarina trees. To extract the seeds, the parrot holds the seed cones with its feet and crushes them using its sharp beak. Some species feed on various insects, mainly during the breeding season when a high protein intake is necessary. The diet of the yellow-tailed black cockatoo primarily consists of insect larvae, which the bird extracts from decaying wood using its sharp beak. Generally, the yellow-tailed black cockatoo has to work quite hard to find enough food. During periods of food abundance, typical for the summer season, the birds spend less time feeding and more time preening their feathers. In contrast, during winter, they spend most of their time searching for something to eat. During the breeding season, cockatoos become especially voracious. They are capable of storing and gradually digesting food thanks to their large crop. Cockatoo parrots engage in water-related behaviors such as hanging upside down in the rain, flying through the rain, and flapping their wings among dense, rain-soaked foliage. These are monogamous birds that form lifelong pair bonds. Females begin breeding between the ages of 3 and 7, while males reach sexual maturity somewhat later. This allows the birds to approach the process of raising their offspring more responsibly. The young stay with their parents for up to 1 year. Traditional nesting sites remain essential for many species over many years. The courtship behavior between partners, once the pair is formed, is not particularly remarkable. Most species do not build their own nests but use natural cavities in trees that have formed as a result of various damaging processes. Important to know. Tree cavities are not commonly found everywhere, so there is a certain competition both within the species and with other bird species. In addition, the size of the cavity must correspond to the bird's own dimensions. Almost all species of cockatoo parrots need protection because human activities have caused serious harm to their populations. In fact, many bird species require protection, as their survival is negatively affected by numerous factors, with human impact being one of the most significant. Here's the video. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. See you next time.